Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it and have something pretty cool to show you here today in terms of pretty new web browser push notification through the Indigital platform. But I wanted to start off with something a bit more general to get us thinking kind of about where we are and some of the challenges that we face today as marketers. As well as just a little bit more background info on who Indigital is and what we offer. So I went ahead and I pulled some stats that I think really kind of embody where we are and some of the challenges that we can face today, right? To get our messages across to our clients and to engage our customers. So I pulled 3 stats. The first 2 are from the Google New Multi-Screen World Study. And they say that 90% of consumers move sequentially between different screens and devices to make a purchase or to accomplish a task. And that's in the same day. And related to that, 60 to 65% of online activities actually start on a smartphone. Now, I personally can attest to that. I 100% fall into that. So oftentimes I will, and what Google goes further to say, in found time, say I'm watching a TV show or doing something like that, I will often browse the internet as well to then maybe find a product I want and then end up buying it that same day, different day. I usually personally feel more comfortable actually entering my credit card info, things like that, on my desktop computer. So I agree with those stats. It's why I wanted to include them. And those 2 attest to the fact that in today's day, you no longer can put an advertisement on TV or send a single email in an email box and expect to get the same type results. Depending on who your customers are and where they are, you're going to want to ultimately be able to reach them in all of those different channels and outlets with a similar message and similar presence throughout. And another stat that I think kind of is indicative of that is that the average human attention span in 2015 is 8 seconds, down from 12 seconds in 2000. And that is from Microsoft and Time Magazine. I think that is directly a result of this digital age, our demand for attention, overwhelming exposure at times to ads, messages. So the challenge is, and the reason I think you can see where I'm going with all of this, in today's day, you need to have a uniform message, ideally a uniform personalized message throughout all of your channels. And you also want to find ways to kind of stay in front of your customers at different times too, using different tools. And one of which today I'm going to show you my personal favorite, the web browser push notification. So on to the next slide. Who is Indigital and what do we offer? So as a whole, Indigital is an automated marketing channel, a marketing platform as a service. And we offer both outbound and inbound marketing communications, all tied into that same channel. I do want to emphasize the outbound and inbound. We are the only offering on the market that, depending on the channels that you subscribe to with us, you can truly handle all of those communications through the same platform. The most unique of which is inbound, which I'll touch on a little bit lower at the omni-channel customer service chatbot. But so we'll be able to handle all of your marketing communications automated with AI and machine learning through a single platform. That includes customer journey mapping software. Very similar. Another version is offered by Salesforce. Ours is essentially identical, but hate to say it, quite a bit more cost effective. Offer more standardized email marketing platforms and services. If of course that is one of the most. It's an older but heavily used marketing channel. you'll see there's some stats that I've included in here. It's really kind of not as effective as it once was. And I am a firm believer that if that is all that you are doing to stay in front of your clients, it's probably not going to be too effective. And if you want to have any chance for it to be, you better ideally be sending some very personalized, very interesting and engaging messages. The web browser and app push notifications. So I'm going to show you a web browser push notification, which you can probably tell is absolutely my favorite and coolest of the features we offer in opinion. I think we've all received app push notifications, but a little bit kind of more unique offering of ours, we allow you to add to specifically say the app push notifications. You can add large images, videos, GIFs, emojis, really anything to gain attention. In the web browser, including one you'll see in a moment, you can include same thing, large pictures, which is not always necessarily the case for other offerings today. And another cool thing, we work with a lot of financial institutions. Of course, security and encryption is very important there, as it can just be really with even on the retail side, right, in terms of handling client info. So if there is a requirement for security, we can absolutely handle that for you. Omni-channel customer service chatbot. So no longer is it the day of you getting a message from someone when they, alone when they send it through your website or even that chatbot, right? Someone responding to the proactive chatbots that folks have on their websites. In today's day, you can have an app. Someone can be messaging you. If you have a Facebook page, you can be receiving messages from clients, Instagram. So if you have that service from us, we can actually have all of those chats routed to the same through the same platform so that you can handle all of those in one spot. We can also set it up so that for the more standardized questions, they can be fielded and handled by essentially AI robots. And then we can also have it set up so that after certain points or certain questions, they can automatically be routed to a live customer service attendant. We help with mobile wallet loyalty cards. So for any company that has especially a digital version of frequent buyers cards, frequent flyers, rewards cards, coupons, we can have all of that set up. And then once set up, actually would allow you to same thing, kind of send messages, coupons, notifications directly to the wallet. SMS messaging, I'm sure we've all received those. Often can be the case from doctor's offices, order updates, hey, your order shipped. So we also can help you with your SMS messaging if that's how you prefer to engage with your clients. If that's getting pricey, which it often can be, we can actually kind of help steer you towards maybe a more cost-effective option like the web browser push notifications that you'll see here in a moment, or the app notifications. And do want to, of course, as should always be the case, you have access to, in the platform, real-time analytics for all of the campaigns you launched, right? Who is it sent to, how many people, and all of our services are powered by artificial intelligence and machine learning. When I hop into the platform in a little bit here, you'll see some really cool features. We can do a lot of the detective work for you in terms of, we have options to send at the best time, or to geo-fence certain areas depending on how you think your messaging will be most effective. Now, I'm going to hop on this next screen is really kind of great visualization of what the customer journey feature is if you're not familiar. So it is software and a service in our console that would allow you to visualize your customers and clients' interactions with your company and your brand across all of those different channels, right? So you can see maybe where things are being lost, or where customers that are choosing to use certain channels aren't as happy as ones using others. You can kind of get a visual of all of that. You can set things up so that as people enter, you can send automated messages. And I do want to point out there too, you see so we offer an API. We work with your technical team. We have technical resources that work in unison with your company to install an API and integrate it directly with your CRM. All of the major CRMs, Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho, Siemens. We can integrate with all of that and help you make better use of all of that data that you have in there. The last visual that I wanted to share here is kind of touches on some of those quotes from the beginning, right? So now these stats that you see here at the bottom, they show you the increases in sessions, in purchases, in loyalty, in lifetime value that you get as you do start to layer on some of these different services, right? And not just focus on sending your customers spray and pray emails, as you send them more personalized emails, as you send them web browser push notifications, you will get increased sessions to your website and app, which I think we all typically know what happens. Oftentimes 32 times more purchases or 80% higher customer lifetime value. So that is obviously what all of this is driving on to, right? It's you can't just inundate folks with messages, but today's consumer expects to be educated on new releases, on tracking shipment. So the more that you can stay in front of and engage your clients with personalized and good content, right? The more loyal that customer is going to be, the more they are going to come back to you, and the more they are going to refer you. And that is what we are in the business of helping you increase your loyalty and revenues. So now, definitely just wanted to give you kind of overview of in digital and what we do, as well as some thinking points. But let's hop into the cool stuff here and do a web browser push notification. So what is a web browser push notification? It is a newer digital marketing option, newer in that it was just first introduced by Google Chrome in 2015. It is an alert-style pop-up notification that is sent to a user via a desktop or an internet web browser and mobile web. And it is received as soon as they open the browser, right? So regardless of if they happen to be on a website or not. Pretty effective stuff, because it is a great chance when you send that to clearly get me, even if I'm going on that web with no intent of thinking about, I'll use these examples here on the side, Forbes or Death Wish coffee. Great way to get me wanting to check out the news or maybe buy some coffee to stay motivated and caffeinated. Now, I do just want to draw your attention to those. Those are real-time screenshots that I took of two very large users you'll see for these web browser notifications. Forbes being one. Media sends them often. Sometimes some of the media outlets I follow 8 to 10 a day, and it kind of makes sense, right? That's why you stay around media agencies. They want to be the first to break the news to you. They want to have the best news, and they want to keep you engaged and coming back. Same thing with B2C, business to consumer, or D2C, direct to consumer, selling product, right? The more they tell you about their products or different offerings, the more they build that loyalty, the more you're going to come back. Now, we touched on the email earlier. You can see here, so just for these web push notifications alone, they actually have a click-through rate of 12%, which is almost 10% above that for email marketing alone. You can see why it is more and more important to have your messages spread throughout different channels where your users are. One spray and pray method does not work like it used to. It's very easy to delete an email. And that opening rate actually increases as you add on things like emojis, industry-specific send times, which we can help you with, rich formats, personalization, and advanced targeting. Now, this is an example of the web browser push notification that I've already created in the console and kind of have teed up, but I just wanted to give you an idea of it before so that you can see how it just pops up once we send it. I thought, based off how much Forbes and these media outlets use them, media would be a great example, right? So I'm going to send a web browser push notification for some breaking news. Now, what I'm going to do here is hop into the console. I'm gonna log in. So if you are an digital client, you are going to have access to the same exact console.indigitall.com, log in with a username and password, and land on this home screen. Now you can see this is actually where the AI and machine learning immediately starts to kick in. We're giving you insight as to the best hours, days, and times to send emails, the best and most trending words, right? So what words are actually being clicked on or viewed the most? And I do want to point out the words, majority of which in here are currently Spanish. We are an international company, and as of this point, a large majority of our customers are in Spanish-speaking companies. So that is why clearly those type of emails would be getting the most activity. But we do business with everything from banks, Starbucks. So those words are constantly changing. But let's get into, if you roll down the screen here, you can see everything we essentially want to do through the console is right here. You can get into your customer journey to build and create those. You can send campaigns, which we'll hop into in a moment. The omni-channel customer service chatbot, you would get into here. Statistics, if you want to go in and see the results of your campaigns, and tools for kind of more advanced filtering. And I will give you one quick example on that before we hop into the campaign. One thing that I really like is this manage areas feature, right? So if I want to zoom out a little bit here of Mexico and go up to here in Texas, where I am talking to you in the great state of Texas in Austin, I can actually build a new zone here and set it up so that I can geofence and create an area as large, as small, specific as I want to specifically send that message to. But let's go ahead and hop into actually send a web browser push notification campaign. I'm going to scroll down here. These are the campaigns my colleagues have been sending for our clients to use as examples. So let me find the late breaking news. There it is. Thinking. So this is the page where you would edit, and I'll show you kind of all the different options, but this is where you enter some basic info, and with one click of a button at the bottom, you can send a web browser and or app push notification to all of your users and subscribers. So you're constantly, as you're changing the content here, it will display and give you a sense of what that notifications look like. For the purpose of today's webinar, we are doing the web browser push only. So that is all that I have selected. If I did want to include an app push notification, I could send that here and include Android or iOS. I have this preloaded. I gave it the same name as the title, right? So breaking news. I found as detailed and as large and nice a picture as I could to try to grab attention. In the body, breaking news, just out something really important to you that I really want to get your attention below for real-time updates. And then I set that action button so that, of course, if you click that picture, the number one thing that I want to get your attention with, it's going to bring you to that breaking news page, right? Now, some other options, we're going to, in one moment, send it right now in real time. But if we don't want to, we have plenty of options. So if I want to send it to that, specifically that geographical filter area, I can come in here and select that. Okay, Austin Metro. If in terms of delivery methods, we're going to keep it on immediate because we do want to send it now in real time so that you can see it here on the webinar. But if we know, say this is a different type of news, not breaking news, or for a specific type of customer, if we know there's an ideal time that they're more likely to see it, we can schedule it at a specific day at a specific time. If we want to use the AI and machine learning and constantly changing features, right, based off users' behavior, which is the number one predictor of future behavior, right, is previous behavior. If we want to use the AI and machine learning capabilities, we can select best moment, and the digital platform will do the work for you and send that push notification to the individuals at the time our system believes they're most likely to receive it. If you're building out as part of that customer journey, if I want to have it set up so that there's some type of action, right? Someone has downloaded my app or signed up for the newsletter, and I want to send them a welcome message or any type of message, retargeting, right? So I want to have it set up. You were on my website, you were going to subscribe to my newspaper, you were going to purchase my product, and then you left. Kind of back to that attention span, right? Maybe you wanted to, but you had a crying baby or you needed to leave really quick to run an errand. I can send you that retargeting message to get your attention again and get you back to hopefully complete that order. Let's go back to the campaign. So essentially, the customers today really do want to be able to interact with your brand, right? So we actually find the more buttons and options for interaction that you include, typically, and it gives you usually an effectiveness scale here as you build it out that'll tell you. So I added a couple more buttons just as an example, more details here, right? So maybe it's kind of developing situation as we give you more news. We want to give you another news option to click. If you want to contact our news team or sales team, I'm going to include a couple different options and buttons here, so that you, the user, are free to decide what you'd like to do. But I have everything teed up. It looks good to me. So let's go ahead and send campaign. You can see I have 41 subscribers and users right now that this is going to be sent to. So I'm going to save and send, hit send again. I'm going to have to click here because I am streaming live. So the video feature actually blocks it out. When I click show, this is what users would receive on their desktop. That would catch my attention. Obviously, I designed it, so I hope it would, but you can see, depending on where you click, if I want to see that late breaking news, this is going to bring me to the news station's page. Let's see what they've got for us. I have a feeling in today's day, it may not be good news, could be heat, could be inflation, could be more taxes, but let's hope. Maybe it's something good. So Brittany Griner's free. We've got good news. And there you go. I am going to hop back into the console. And I want to put up this screen here. Of course, I want to make sure you have all of my contact information. If you would like a personalized demo, if you have questions, if you would like to see some of the other services, please contact me anytime. I'm happy to schedule and run through whatever you'd like. I can be reached at adamk@indigitall.com, or you can just check out indigitall.com for more information to download any of our ebooks. If you thought this was helpful, please continue to check in and stay tuned, as every couple weeks or so I will definitely be doing another, most likely on Wednesday webinar to show you some of our different features to hopefully make life easier for you, right? To automate your marketing and to help you get and stay in front of your clients. So do just want to ask. Now I have someone that can feed me any questions that might be sent here through the webinar. So of course, for anyone that is viewing, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them over and I'll be happy to answer. So it looks like someone is curious about pricing. Great question. Obviously, pricing is very important, and it is on a custom basis, right? So depending on, we work with all of our clients to build out all of you are different. So the packages that we build for you are different in terms of what channels and services are included. So that is essentially the number one of the drivers of price. But the great news is once we've set up that package for you, you're really only paying on a monthly basis for however many people are going to have access to that console to be able to send those messages. So you can go crazy, send as many as you'd like. And now it is a fine line, of course, depending on, I definitely see more on the news side than say sales and consumer side, but you are not paying for, if you are, say, a news organization, you can send a push notification with every developing story. It's not going to change the price. So pretty cool, cost-effective stuff. And I will mention that too, compared to other even similar options, we have features that we can offer that are not even included in other options out there that are more expensive. So if you're curious, I definitely recommend reaching out for a custom proposal because I do think you would like what you would see price-wise. And another question I understand came in is, of course, how long to set up. So we have a technical team that manages all of our clients along with us and would work with us in tandem with your company. Average time is actually 1 day setup to get that API installed, fully integrated, and synced with your CRM so that you're logging into the console and free to send messages. But I do believe that was it for the questions, and I think I'm approaching my time limit. We all are pressed for time, so I like to keep things quick, but please do not hesitate to contact me or my team if you have any questions or would like to receive any information. And please stay tuned for some of the newer webinars that we'll be showing in the coming weeks. Thank you for your time and have a great day.